Hello, how are you? Kevin and Yip. So, is this your first time to visit Korea or?
Yes, it's
Yes.
the first time in our lives to visit Korea.
Very good.
Very positive experience.
Yeah, you're very good. So you've been wandering around today near here.
Actually, we would have loved to, but we were in meetings back to back. So today is like our day where we really dive into Korean business culture and building the relationships with different actors in the ecosystem.
Yes.
And then hopefully by the end of the week we have more time to really look at all the cultural heritage of Korea.
You may not have time. Okay, so tell me about your Davos events and what you've been doing so far.
Yes. So, for those who have never been to Davos, Davos is like a 1-week event, typically in January every year. So very cold in winter time in Europe. And Davos is a very small village in the mountains of Switzerland. It's picturesque. It's like a ski resort where all the European families go skiing. So very beautiful high mountains. And at the same time, it's the place that since many years have hosted the most powerful convention and gathering of economic and political and non-governmental decision makers of the world.
Yes, we know a lot about Davos Forum. It's well publicized here in Korea. So yeah.
Web is very popular here.
Yeah.
Yes. So
and you've been working with them, and what sort of events and projects you leading?
yes. So we have contributed to some knowledge creation for in the function of blockchain technology for one of their initiatives in bringing together like the sustainability and the governance sides of blockchain technology. So it was one of the working groups that published reports about development of blockchain for them. And then we have also attended to host our side events and to bring the young leaders to learn, because most of events that are not in the main congress area, they are available to the people invited to these event activities. And this is the place where you can learn from all those leaders of the world face to face in very small group, very curated groups, and you can make friends for life. Obviously, this economic forum is the fastest place to learn about most of the important happenings in the world in a very short time. So you have experts of everything, but the top leadership experts. So last year there was this AI house that was very, very popular. All the AI leaders were speaking there and they were sharing their knowledge. And also they were having panels and discussions to really understand from holistic level what is AI safety, AI ethics, and all the major companies and governance institutions were represented in these forums. And this is all happening alongside the main forum in the Congress Center.
Yes.
Yeah. And we also have our events alongside all of this. So for us, all the topics were mainly sustainability, the green transition, how can we use renewable energies to provide energy pipelines between and economic collaboration between Middle East and European Union, for example. What are the key drivers of this green transition? What are the key requirements? And then it's like really the decision makers of the different actors of the ecosystem sharing their knowledge with each other and formulating their intent to work together. And so this will go into the second round. Then there were a lot of discussions of how can we combine artificial intelligence and how do we think about the inner development goals and anything related to emotional intelligence or a sensible, like an AI technology that can have emotions or that can sense, sentient, or being sentient. How does that go together, or is it all a dream? And in these forums and side events, all of the different experts come together and they share and they learn from each other, and we document this process, we facilitate the process, we help them get to know each other better and faster, because that's a very potent platform.
So if you are interested in AI sort of events that you are creating,
Yes.
if that is a person from Korea,
Yes.
that person can meet all these top level AI leaders, or sort of what kind of level?
Mostly in Davos, it is a very kind of curated audience. That people, it's very cumbersome place to get there, to navigate all the events. So the people who are there, they are there with a purpose, with the intention, because even just to get to this small, tiny little village already requires a lot of effort to be there. So there you have those who basically care enough to be part of the world discussions. So everyone
So
you meet on the stage.
before you join, you know who are coming and all these participants?
Most of the time, what you can already do in advance is the World Economic Forum already publishes the list of the participants, the news already publishes the list of the main participants. They are all in this village around giving talks at all the different events. And then later on the events, they will finalize the programming before the forum starts, and then you know who are the speakers, who are the other attendees who are coming and joining all the different discussions. Yeah.
So can you tell us how much you got to pay, or what's a free? You said there are some free events to attend.
Yes. Many of the events, are free of cost to attend. It's the beauty about Davos is it's not a very commercial event in that sense. However, the bottleneck or the constraint is it's a very small village with very limited capacity of event space and seats for every event. So basically the key is how can you be invited to these events to learn and to be exposed to all these and to contribute also to all these different decision makers. So it's not so much a matter of you buy a ticket to something, but it's a matter of do you contribute enough to the community of the people that they will be inviting you to join and share their knowledge. It's a very curated, this is what I tried to allude in the beginning. It's an event with top leaders of the world. Then the question is, are you one of these top leaders that can bring knowledge and networks to the table that benefit collaboration, economic collaboration at global level? And this is mainly the criteria for event organizers to invite the speakers. It's rather, because it's not like you buy tickets like you buy any regular conference, but you need to be invited. An invitation goes to who can uplift the level, the quality of discussions, the level of collaboration across the globe. Yes.
So you can invite those people who are interested from Korea to visit.
Yes, we host our own events, and in these events we can basically invite the right decision makers from all the different countries to come together. We aim at having a diverse perspective of decision makers from different parts of the world and experts in technology, in sustainability, and in health, because we want to be at the frontier of collaboration. So at our events, you would meet people who are driving AI, but maybe AI in the more progressive ways, to think about how can we bring beneficial AI to the society. And then in the fields of health, how can we think about health technologies in a holistic way rather than in a very siloed way? The same with sustainability. We need to speak about, when we speak about health, the human, holistic health, we need to speak about planetary health in a holistic way. Rather than you have all these experts that learn from each other so they can learn interdisciplinary and do transdisciplinary collaboration. This is for us, like when we offer invites, that is like the key. This is the willingness to learn from others, the willingness to contribute, to really bring the industries and the knowledge in that industries to the next level.
Okay, so if if this is an AI sort of company, you could sort of invite those sort of similar level of people with the knowledge, with the experiences, and whatever,
Yes.
for them to meet and
Yes,
expand
yes,
their
yes.
knowledge, expand their
Yes,
connections.
yes. We want to provide that stage where all those who really care about bringing humanity to the next level can be with each other, learn from each other, and collaborate with each other in a very catalyzed way. Like,
So you were saying that this person or this company has to pay $5,000? How much you were saying?
and we have sponsorship packages if they want to be like basically getting a venue space to promote
Venue,
their
okay.
project.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can have a small corner of place where they can put their pictures and stuff
It's
like
like
that?
their flyers and so on, but we are very selective with the companies we admit to our events because we want to basically have the companies where the founder teams and the leaders of the company really have genuine interest of advancing humanity. When we open up our platform for them, it is very carefully reviewed who can be benefiting the society in these three areas when we said technology, sustainability, and health. Yes. So it is like a very
Is it
selective process.
$5,000 or 5,000 euros or what's
Euros. Yeah.
euros?
That's
Okay.
the minimum package.
That's the minimum package.
It's just very general.
goes
kind
up.
of, yes, it's very general kind of event sponsoring. Just with the difference is that we are very select because space in Davos is very, very limited. It's not like 5,000 people and you have to identify who are the right people. Right? In Davos, you have very curated top people.
Okay.
So
So how many people or how many companies have you secured? Do you have any?
we cannot speak about this data
Oh,
yet.
okay.
We are still in reviewing process.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Okay.
We will
that-
only bring like 10 companies, like
10
very
companies, okay.
very secure companies to the event, very top-notch speakers. So it would be like a workshop with a dinner event.
Yeah. Okay. Dinner.
Yes.
Dinner events.
Yeah, because that's how you really can engage faster in meeting the right people in a curated way. It's not like a mass conference where you wait and then you stay at your booth and then people come and you don't know who is who and so on. In Davos, it's not like this.
Okay, second sort of question. I am the CEO of AI Mindbot, which is a robot company that Ben Gertler
Yeah.
established, and we're going to have a mass production here in Korea.
Wow.
We are getting the prototype
Congratulations.
in next month, end of next month, so that we can, copy it, we can produce it Korean way to see whether we can do a mass production.
Wow.
Mass production will be done next sort of year or so to the world, to sell to the world.
You mentioned in Panama already on stage.
Yeah.
I remember.
So, we are looking for a robot software companies, so that you do not have to, sort of do the research from the research all the way to develop it. It takes too much time. If they have it already, we can collaborate. We can, buy them, or you can help. We can
From
sort
which
of
countries or which regions have you looked into?
Well, we are going to the world so far, so it is Ben Gertler's, the Singularity
And
Net
what's the
product.
requirement for that robot software company?
It's in order to move robot, freely or flexible way to do it, or we are aiming at the education and also house chores like nursing robot, not exactly nursing but errands, running errands at home, bring some water or turn on the light or whatever, and then the robot can go and so those
It's a humanoid robot?
yes, humanoid robot. It's like
Sophia.
Desi. You've seen the
Yeah,
Desi,
Desi,
right?
yes.
Desi is a very expensive one, but we are now thinking of producing something like 20K or less, 1 meter or less. It doesn't have to be very complex. It's just a robot, but doing all kinds of GPT, even GPT-4, these speaking, talking, doing, all these
Computer vision.
face recognitions and all that. So we need a lot of software programmers or software things to go into that.
Have you already partnered with all the universities in Korea?
Yeah, we have some partners with the Korean universities, but Koreans really do not have expertise on robots, humanoid robots yet. So if you listen to, or if you have, if you come across
totally.
all these software programmers for the robots and
For humanoid
robots, yes.
Okay.
We are not industrial robots. We are humanoid house chores, basically teaching. Teaching English, teaching math, teaching whatever, teaching coding, and so on and so forth. Do you know some of these companies who are
Top of our head,
No, not-
at the moment, we know people who have built industrial robots.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
but not like the humanoid ones.
Okay. So
I know a couple from the US, but it depends whether it's regional or what's your target country.
yeah. If
Does
it's
it matter if it's US or China?
No, doesn't matter. China, we are a little bit, hesitant about it because the U.S. is cutting down, AI to China. So, but still, we're going to probably have some parts made by, Chinese companies. We don't know, but we first of all, as soon as we get the prototype, we know exactly what requires, what kind of,
What is it? Where is it produced at the moment?
Oh, it's in Ben's office.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, in Seattle.
Okay. And
So they are making the,
They're
the
making the
prototype.
hardware.
Yeah, prototype hardware and everything. They're gonna bring it here at the end of August, so that
how exciting.
we're going to look at it, take it apart, and see how we can make it. It'll be different from what the Americans are making. It'll be different from Korean parts, Korean devices, Korean eyes, Korean I don't know.
Wow.
So,
So you are leading that lab to localize the humanoid robot.
That's right. Yes. So that's one of the agendas that I have. So in case you see any people who are working on the education program to go into robots, like the robot has to teach from grade 1 to grade 9 or math 1, math 10.
And what's the
whatever.
idea? Why did you support this idea of a human robot teaching children? What do you think is the benefit of that?
Actually, I have Grace robot,
Yes,
which is
yes,
similar
yes,
to
with her.
similar to Desi, but she cannot sing. Anyway, Grace robot I have for the last 3 years, and I get really, attached to her. But it is too expensive, basically, for others. A lot of people want to have it, but they want to have it something cheaper and easier to move, and then actually better software. Like now GPT is available, Gemini available, all these LLMs available, so that you don't have to depend on so much on the one company. That's that's David Hansen Robotics.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be. So that's we thought about, let's have cheaper robots. But Hansen won't like it. No,
Because
they
he's
think
not
we are.
part of
They
the
think they may
project.
think we are I'm his competitor or something. I don't know. Anyway, so we are doing it anyway because it's a lot of difference. 1/10 of the price, maybe 1/4 of the price that we are offering for Koreans. And Korea has the birth rate, fertility rate, lowest fertility rate ever
Yes,
in
yes, yes.
the world. Therefore, we need somehow in a few years, in maybe a decade or so, we need robots to teach, robots to deal with the elderly people, robots to to go around and do the errands and so on and so forth. Therefore, that's what we are producing now. We have investment and all this.
Your
So,
company invested
yes.
into that robot?
Yes,
Company?
I invested it 100%, and then
Oh, so
I
it's your
received,
company?
Yeah, my company. I
Wow.
received investments from other Korean, companies. So it's big now. It takes off as soon as we get the prototype from Ben. So that's my, second sort of agenda, and. You are doing Dabosphorum, and then what others that you are doing? You said the platform. You said the marketplace. Could you explain?
Yes, it's Jedi.
Jedi.
So
Okay.
Jedi is the idea that we can make peace more profitable than war when people can collaborate with each other, rather than compete with each other, right? And collaboration requires understanding, and it requires to communicate at the same level of knowledge, a lot. So you have to kind of bridge the gap between, or maybe one step back. What we think is that real innovation is driven when you work across disciplines, not like making one discipline better, but bringing insights from other disciplines together. Same for humanoid robots. I would believe there's psychology involved, cognition science,
That's right.
then there's AI involved, then there's the hardware, and then all
right.
these that like movement, right? So real innovation happens when you put different disciplines together. But when you put different disciplines together, they don't really speak the same language. They don't know many missing pieces. So you have to educate people to get to the same level of basic minimum understanding so that they can collaborate better. And so what we do with Jedi is to build that platform where all the expert insights is documented and made available in a very accessible way to everyone who wants to get a basic understanding of a discipline like AGI, or a discipline like quantum technologies, or a discipline like cybersecurity, which seems very technical and people don't want to read. And on our platform you can get one page, like summaries of expert insights that is shared in a click. So you can swipe left and right like Tinder, and you can learn what was said about cybersecurity in a language that kind of is simple enough that even when you're not an expert in that field, you can understand.
So this is kind of education program?
Yes, it starts off
If it's an
as a market
education
intelligence.
program, do you have some sort of a certificate to give it to them if they, come and join your program?
Yes, this will be the next step. The current step is like literally we document all the conference insights, because every day there's experts conferences on robotics, on quantum, on whatever, and all
You
of
mean
these
the
insights are lost.
world conferences?
Yeah, or the industry conferences. Just imagine there's industry conferences on robotics. How do you find the insights that were discussed there right now?
So you attend those,
No,
participate in
most
those,
of
or
the
you
conferences.
online?
No, the crazy thing is most of the conference content is recorded anyway, but then they put it on YouTube, or they keep it in-house in their videos. But just imagine a conference typically has like 30 to 40 hours of content. Who in the world has time to watch 30 or 40 hours of content to screen what was the relevant knowledge? Right? It's like kind of a waste of knowledge if they do. So what we do is we use this generated knowledge already and recorded knowledge, and we summarize it and we make it accessible. So with a chat assistant, you can query all the different conferences and you can give out the input in the way your brain needs to understand it.
What is the business model? How can you make money with this?
We basically will work with business groups, like companies that have innovation departments, where they don't want to send every employee to each conference to stay up to date.
Okay. Yeah.
But the conference insights that we offer are different because they are from experts. You cannot find that on Google. You cannot ask, for example, you are asking me what are humanoid robot software producers in the world. Like, this is a very expert question. But maybe in all these different conferences on robot technology, the answer has already been there and people are already speaking about it. And in our platform, you would be able to find that data.
Also report
Yeah.
Yeah, reports, really like automate reports
Yeah.
to do research, right? Like from, for example, about AGI, it gives all the insights about the granular main topics and side topics of AGI,
Yeah.
right? And it's very accessible for users.
So you can use like our platform to output the reports, the knowledge reports that you need to upskill yourself. And also because we have the chat integration, you can output any kind of educational content from it. At the moment it's only text-based, so you cannot like create videos out of it yet. But of course there's no limitation to what you can create. Once the knowledge database is built, you can create any kind of content. You can make like basically a summary of all like Ben Goertzel and Tim Saliba and whatever, your speech together and make like a little conference report out of it, because the AI or the generative AI can do that. So that's a kind of the first step is to getting all the content data repositories. The second step is to generate interdisciplinary insights from all of that. And you cannot do that on YouTube. Right? You can watch one YouTube video, you can watch one more YouTube video, you can watch one more YouTube video, but you cannot combine them. But
Yeah.
with our methodology, you can do
So
that.
when you're trying to produce a report, a short summary report,
Yeah.
what kind of AI programs are you using? I own I am a publisher of AINet, a newspaper,
Yes, yes, yes.
where I usually
you
write
use?
articles with the help of, Gemini, 1.5, and now 4.0, GPT 4.0, and
yeah.
the Sonnet.
That's the best.
Llama, that's the best. So I usually do the cross-check, So I ask questions to 4 or 5 different, software
Yeah.
to see whether it is really, it. Sometimes it's a hallucination, they give a wrong information.
Exactly. You always cross-check the
cross-check,
quality.
yeah.
Yes.
So what kind of sort of software do you use, or what kind of,
So at this
how
one
to
you-
write a report of all these events? How do you do
Oh,
it?
you use the same. You use the chat function.
Oh,
You can
okay.
select which model you want to use, and then you output it.
Yeah.
The next innovation is what we have, but it's not built yet. Is instead of just getting the chat, you can take the pieces of the chat and put it in a notebook. And that notebook you can share with others as a
And you can
report.
customize the report basically.
So anybody who wants to receive the report, they should sort of pay, or you're getting an annual subscription from these,
Yes, we get
these
basically
companies.
the subscription from the companies that basically want to have licenses for their employees to go and access all the databases. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have many of them?
At the moment, we're just starting up. Our
Just
product
starting
is
now.
still in the test phase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we already have some content. Even our session is on there already.
Yeah.
The next step is the chat integration needs to be finished, and then we're ready to monetize and marketize. And our main target is to work with bigger institutions. To say instead of selling 10 licenses, let's work with a university that has 10,000 licenses. Because students maybe want that to know. Students in particular cannot fly to the world and attend all these conferences, right? There was Super AI conference in Singapore.
Yeah.
Then there is Proof of Talk conference in Singapore and so on. There's Dabosporums, and there's many different conferences where state-of-the-art application of newest research is discussed. We will work with Thomas from Chile,
Yeah.
Professor Thomas Delos,
Cybernetics,
cybernetics professor, who was also in Panama to start a research project to see how can we also distill out of all these different community conferences, how can we distill characteristic descriptors of the way this community thinks about this technology, in the way they guide the discussions. There's a lot of data to know, like when I want to learn about AI, but I want to learn from those who speak more progressive about it. Where should I learn? Which conference should I attend? At the moment, you don't know, right? You don't know. You want to learn about computer, but maybe you want to learn about computer through the lens of people who are more, I don't know, based on systems theory instead of those who are based on other theory. Where can you get that data? You don't know.
I own a newspaper and then a mindbot company, and then I have another company which will be soon established. It's an education, mainly AI education, where we trying to give certificates.
Yes.
And I talked to Jan of Deep Funding.
Yeah.
Oh, Jan Hollings.
Jan Hollings. He was very interested, and we trying to give AI level 1, level 2, level 5 list,
Okay.
and then
Globally.
typewriters, the
Yes.
keyboard. We used to have a level 1, level 2, all these students go for level 1, typewriting,
Yes.
and stenography, level 1.
Yes.
That's huge money, and Koreans really like to have some sort of a certificate,
Yes.
some sort of graduation or some sort of.
In Germany too, there you can even get government, like the student doesn't, not the student, but the unemployed person can get the funding for this certificate by the government. The government will pay the provider.
So at the moment, government doesn't have this kind of system, but we are trying to get with the SNET, so Singularity Net, to give a Singularity Net guaranteed certificates. Level 1, it's an easy sort of AI, what's coding, and the minimum level, second, third, all these. And we could charge quite a lot of money. Each month there are 100,000 or maybe 50,000 people coming to get the certificates, and we will charge, something like $500 or maybe $1,000. That's huge amount of money every month.
Yes.
So Jan was very excited about this.
Yeah.
So in case.
So what's missing? Why is it not launched yet? What is still missing for you to?
We
implement
need to have an education sort of program for anybody to go in and register, education programs like Coursera or edX or those type. You have to go in and you have to register, and then you take a test. But in order to do that, you need to have a lot of contents.
So you're basically missing the content.
I know, that's why I'm asking you. It's a kind
because
of
we
education
could provide
program.
that.
Yeah.
This is the idea for us, that we are the largest content repository. But out of the content repository, you can generate any kind of content.
I know. So those people who are coming to take a test, we can ask questions. If you want to become a robot expert, what kind of level of whatever the knowledge that you have to have, and you can provide all these events taking place in the world, something like that, and there'll be huge content for those people.
Because
so let's
our
cooperate.
content
Let's
is
cooperate.
validated.
It's an education program. And lastly, Tufi and Ben are now sort of established IACAI, international agencies copyright for AI.
Yes.
There is a 4, so we cut IACAI. That is because the Tufi insisted that within 2 or 3 years, even 2026 or so, 96% of all the content on internet is established, created by AI. But humans do not give any copyright to AI. At the moment, WIPO, WIPO is the copyright agency, and they do not, acknowledge AI creative, contents. So we decided to have AI to AI copyright. That also requires some sort of program, and sooner or later, within 2-3 years, a lot of AI created contents will come out, and if you do not get any compensation, then who who will, who will do all the work and without getting paid, without doing anything. So we are trying to get some sort of establishment. It's been done. I am the chair of the IACAI, which will be registered in UN. We're going to the UN with the help of Dr. Han Sang-soo, who was a prime minister, who was the chairman of the UN. September there is a assembly. UN assembly. He was a chair. He is currently chair of those chairs of the UN General Assembly.
Yeah.
So,
are you going there in September with IACA?
No. He's here. He's Korean, so
Okay.
I know him very well, and we are going to meet him tomorrow, next week or so, to establish the IACAI under some sort of a UN-related association. Therefore, we are trying to get from. I'm the Korea chair of the Millennium Project, J3D.AI. And that's the also UN sort of related think tank. Mm-hmm. So they're going to help to establish this IACAI. The meeting that I established is some sort of IACAI board members and some general AI related people. There are some around 20 people who are coming. And they are all, owners of some sort of enterprises, small companies, or organizations. So they may be interested in listening to your, Davos program as well as, IACAI. So, two of you can do a Googling saying that, AI to AI copyrights. What do we need? There is not much at the moment because not many people have studied quite a lot because it's an AI giving a copyright to AI, not humans. So just talk anything, doesn't have to be very.
How long?
I don't know, 20 minutes, something like
For both points. For the web programming and the introduction of.
I give you it's a 2-hour program, and you can have 30 minutes or 20 minutes on the IACAI, and after that it's about your sort of explaining your Davos program, your Jedi program, and your whatever you're up to. Okay.
And where's the location?
Anyway, you are sort of staying around here, or you're staying?
Yes,
we can pick you up.
Okay.
We can pick you up in the morning of Friday, so that you can go there. There's a venue or event, a small place. We didn't have much time to sort of have a large event, so. Basically, that's it. So you can explain Davos and Jedi. The Jedi will be very interesting for those people who are, and then education program. You focus on education,
Education. Okay.
Yeah. So you can share whatever. You could talk 20 minutes. You can talk an hour. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Okay. And what is you mentioned there is from the ex-finance minister.
Yeah.
Will he be there or is it a video message?
He's he and I are very good friends.
You are friends with everyone.
Yeah, he's been the national budget allocation sort of. Okay, who were there in Davos last year?
Well, many individuals, but there's two sides of it. One is that who you meet on the streets and the different events you go, you can meet, leaders in AI like Jan LeCun or Kazuko Zerko, who's the first. Kazurko, who's the first chief decision scientist of Google.
Google,
a very renowned scientist and a statistician who has over 500,000 on LinkedIn and has published numerous articles and research papers.
Can you speak a little bit louder?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Then it's about what we have organized and hosted and sponsored, right? We have sponsored women, for example, to come to stay in our spot, right? And we call it the House of Collaboration, the Jedi House of Collaboration, where we had events relating to AI.
How do you spell Jedi?
J3D.AI, capital letters. Yes.
Jedi.
J3D.AI.
That's why you call it Jedi.
It's called Jedi because we're building the Jedi of the future with technology, right? And how can they use these insights that they get from our platform? The tree represents blockchain, which is a infrastructure layer that we're building, and .ai is, of course, how do you use AI to provide executive summaries of all the noise that's out there and get the gist of information that you need. But just for example, we hosted a billionaire from the UAE who's building, as you mentioned, the largest sustainability company in the Arab world, and also
Who's there?
Khalid Khouramel. Khalid Khouramel.
Khalid Khouramel.
Yeah, it's the CEO of Bear Group. And Bear Group is a multinational company that has Bear.
B-E-E-L-L?
B-E-E-A-H. Bear.
Oh, Bear. Oh, okay.
And many other stakeholders, like for example, Danieli Group. Danieli Group is the largest industrial metal company and also moving into green energy in Europe, the second largest from Italy, and their chairwoman was with us in the office. So we were talking about hydrogen, which was one of the events, green energy and hydrogen, and how do we build the transcontinental hydrogen value.
I read that in your website.
So, and that was one of the events from 7 events that we did last year, and this year we have the whole week lined up already.
Whole week in Davos, you mean?
Yes. House of Collaboration.
House of Collaboration.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So tell me about your meeting with the Raccoon. Raccoon, you said.
Yes. It was a very informal meeting because when you're in Davos, you have very high-level stakeholders like CEO of BlackRock or Jan LeCun, right? We didn't discuss too much about AI and which end of the spectrum our belief systems are, but a general catch-up on how he's doing, how he's enjoying the environment and AI house. So I think it wasn't us going down an intellectual rabbit hole, but just to touch base, because I believe human connection comes first and the intellectual discussions follow.
Very good. So, what do you want to become in sort of 5-10 years?
Me or
Jedi
or
company. Your company wants to become like what?
So we are building the decentralized global brain, which is the largest expert-curated database in the world. It's like the Netflix of expert-curated information, and then you can do many interesting things with it. You can use different large language models to output content, or even build a foundational layer.
It costs a lot of money to have a LLM.
Well, 5-10 years, right? I mean, India is, for example, building technologies and infrastructure to reduce costs very fast, right? But of course, quality and price have to go hand in hand. Like Asia and US should work together on that more to combine quality and pricing. But of course, what we want to do is differentiate, of course, the language barriers that have, let's say, in Korea or China or English as a whole, because there's a lot of different outputs that we got. For example, when we were doing the report for the Xijinqian district government project, we were in Beijing now, right? Chinese output, I mean the Mandarin output is different than English output. How do we, for example, bridge that is to train our own models in cybersecurity or AGI or AI or longevity, different verticals that we want to have as the conferences in our platform.
How many AI experts or AI developers do you have in your sort of...
In the company?
Yeah. Are you an AI expert?
Well, it depends on what an expert is. An expert can be somebody who codes and doesn't do business. Or an expert can be somebody who does business and doesn't code. For me, I have a background in psychology, neuroscience, and business.
Neuroscience?
Yes,
Yeah.
from the Netherlands. And then my expertise falls more on the neuroscience, cognitive science field, and also how you can monetize and build business models with products. But in our team, we have total five full-time, and 5 to 6 part-time, and we also work with a technical partner from Asia who is helping us with development power.
Okay, so Jedi program that you have, like platform, is that all sort of finished product, or do you still, developing it?
No, I mean it's always in development. Right? You always keep developing a product, hardware or software. It is usable, but it's not scalable to 1 million people yet, let's say.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe 10,000 people.
10,000?
Yeah, because that's what we were doing in Beijing, right? Signing MOUs with reputable organizations to build our user base, but also to get people to Davos and experiment with different business models. So I would say it's not finished. There's a lot of pieces to figure out, but it's usable.
Your Jedi sort of platform, if you get into it, and you can get all these information from various events, mainly exhibitions and conferences and forums. Yeah?
Yes, that is what we're doing now, but what we want to do is simply, there's an input or an information source, which is conferences, and then there's an output, which is executive intelligence, either on the session level or the collection level, or an agent that can query these databases, right? But we will add different inputs, right, like public or private databases, to get more information and better output, and then that output is used by either organizations or representatives of governments, like Gyeonggi province leaders,
Gyeonggi province
leaders for their own research or
That's a
education
very good
purposes.
idea. They don't have to go to all the, different conferences.
Yeah,
They get all the information.
it's about how do you condense information to the most potent output, right? Because you don't need the noise, and that is
And also, if you subscribe, you sort of can meet with those big leaders. You give them the email addresses and contact points, or
yeah, it's the network state, right? But it's a network state as in your own sovereign network at a state. But a network effect business model is where you indirectly get to work either with these decision makers or the communities that they represent, because it just it goes like a neuron, right? It goes through the whole axis of the brain with electrical signals, but it touches base with all the compositions of the brain.
So, did you sign a contract or MOU with the Gyeonggi province? Gyeonggi province?
With one
You're going
in,
to?
no, not with Gyeonggi province, but in China, made like in a district in Beijing, in a district near Shanghai, we did sign 2 MOUs.
It's very good.
With the SDIC, the State Development and Investment Company of China.
That's very good. That's very good.
They're very big projects.
But for the Korean, at the moment we are just helping the delegation to get more access to German, to learn about Germany.
Germany? Why Germany?
Because they are coming to Germany with their delegation,
Ah,
the
okay.
leaders,
Ah,
and
okay.
learn, and we just there facilitate.
When is the Germany one? September, was it?
August, end of August.
End of August.
They're coming.
End of
There's
August.
130 people coming.
Oh, okay.
Many people, and
And
they
then
do visits and site visits. We present our technology to them, and we also help them connect with other players in the German market.
So your AI programmers and developers, are they in Estonia or are they
Both, they are remote.
remote?
Our team is remote.
All
And
remote.
also we work with a partner in Vietnam to
Oh,
develop
in
the
Vietnam?
scalable fast.
Oh, how many in Vietnam?
4.
4. Very good. Yeah.
And then Cyprus and Estonia we also
Oh,
have.
okay. So how many sort of months a year you stay in Estonia?
So I am from Estonia, and I went to Estonia this year first time for 3 days, 4 days. Because I live in Munich. We live in Munich.
Ah,
in
you live
Germany.
in Munich. Yeah, that's
And
right.
Estonia is, very similar to Korean mindset, which is just super diligent, super fast, and super output focused, right? And most startups per capita in the world. So the CGTN article was a bit wrong. It's not in Europe, but in the world, most startups per capita. And very easy to use e-governance structure, e-residency. So if you, as
I know,
as
e-residency,
a Korean, you can start doing business in Europe very easy
Yeah.
with the system. But we travel a lot. I travel a lot, and I guess I need to visit more.
Yeah. Okay, right. Thank you very much. Time's up now. You have to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.